My name is Jenny. I am 78 years old and this is my story, a story that make people crying every time I say it. I want to start by saying this. If you're listening to this right now, and life feels heavy, if your heart feels tired, if you feel like you're carrying more than you can handle, this story is for you. Because there was a time in my life when I lost everything. Not some things. Not almost everything. Everything. I lost my stability. I lost people I trusted. I lost opportunities one thought were meant for me. And slowly, I started losing myself. There was a season where nothing worked. No matter how hard I tried. No matter how much effort I gave. Every door I knocked on stayed closed. I remember waking up one morning, staring at the ceiling, asking myself, how did I get here? I had dreams once. Big dreams. Dreams full of hope and purpose. I believed my life would mean something. But life has a way of shaking you, and sometimes it breaks you before it builds you. Mistakes were made. Some were mine. Some were caused by trusting the wrong people. Some came from choices I didn't fully understand at the time. Little by little, what I had built started falling apart. Financial stress. Emotional pain. Broken relationships. Loneliness. People don't talk enough about that kind of pain. The quiet pain. The pain you hide behind smiles. The pain where you say I'm fine when everything inside you is screaming. I felt ashamed. Ashamed to ask for help. Ashamed to admit I was struggling. Ashamed to say, I don't have answers anymore. At my lowest point, I remember thinking, maybe this is it. Maybe this is where my story ends. That thought scared me. Because when you lose hope, you lose direction. And when you lose direction, you start walking in circles, tired, confused, and empty. One night, I couldn't sleep. My body was tired, but my mind wouldn't rest. I sat alone in silence with nothing but my thoughts. And that's when it happened. Nothing dramatic. No bright light. No loud voice. No miracle falling from the sky. Just a moment. A moment where I stopped running. A moment where I stopped pretending to be strong. A moment where I finally told the truth, not to others, but to myself. I can't do this alone. For the first time in a long time, I allowed myself to feel everything. The pain. The fear. The disappointment. The anger. And in that broken place, I did something simple. Something honest. Something real. I spoke from my heart. I said, God, if you are still with me, I need you now. That prayer wasn't perfect. It wasn't religious. It wasn't fancy. But it was real. And something changed. Not around me, but inside me. My problems didn't disappear the next day. My situation didn't suddenly improve. But my perspective shifted. I realized that losing everything didn't mean my life was over. It meant I was being stripped of what I depended on, so I could discover what truly sustains me. I started taking small steps. Very small steps. One good decision at a time. One honest conversation. One moment of courage. One day of choosing not to give up. I learned that rock bottom isn't always a punishment. Sometimes it's a foundation. From that moment on, I stopped asking, why is this happening to me? And I started asking, what is this teaching me? I learned patience. I learned humility. I learned compassion for people who are struggling in silence. Most importantly, I learned that my worth was never tied to what I had or what I lost. Today, I'm not here to tell you that life is perfect. It's not. But I am here to tell you this. Losing everything can be the beginning of something greater. If you're in a dark place right now, please hear me. This chapter is not the end of your story. That one moment, the moment you choose hope over despair, faith over fear, and courage over quitting, can change everything. Your story still matters. Your life still has purpose. And your breakthrough may be closer than you think. Thank you for listening. And remember, sometimes what feels like the end is actually the beginning. And if you're still listening, let me tell you one more thing. Healing doesn't happen all at once. It doesn't arrive in a single day or a single victory. Healing comes in layers. It comes in moments you almost quit but don't. It comes when you choose to get up even when you still feel broken. There were days after that moment when I still felt weak. Days when doubt came back. Days when fear whispered, "What if nothing changes?" But this time, I didn't let those voices decide my future. I learned to be patient with myself. I learned that growth can be slow and still be real. I learned that rebuilding takes time, but it's worth it. I began to see life differently. I noticed small blessings I once ignored. A kind word. A quiet morning. A second chance I didn't think I deserved. And slowly, without realizing it, strength returned. Not the loud kind. Not the kind that shows off. But quiet strength. The kind that keeps going. I stopped measuring my life by what I had lost. And started measuring it by who I was becoming. I became more understanding. More grateful. More aware of how fragile, yet powerful, the human spirit really is. And now, when I meet people who are hurting, I see them. I don't rush them. I don't judge them. Because I know what it's like to smile while breaking inside. If this story feels familiar, I want you to know you are not weak. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are in a process. And one day, you'll look back at this season. And realize it didn't destroy you. It shaped you. So hold on. Breathe. Take the next small step. Because your story is still being written. And the best chapters often begin right after everything falls apart.